What up, everybody? Hope you guys are having an amazing day today. We got a very special guest. He goes by Mr. Lil One, aka Mr. Uno, San Diego finest.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me, my brother.
Thank you so much. So we about to get this cracking, man.
Let's do it, man. I'm looking forward to the Q&A. Let's get it cracking.
Dude, thank you for joining us here today, Mr. Lil One, in the building. Almost, we're outside though, but anyways, thank you for pulling up.
I have too many kids. I get it. I get the dates mixed up, the weekends mixed up, the years mixed up, names mixed up.
It's all good, man, brother. We thank you so much. And man, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Where you born and raised?
I was born in Mexico City. I came to the United States when I was 3 months old. I grew up in Sherman. You know, my childhood was in Sherman. Been able to travel a lot all over the country, be able to do what I do. Sunny San Diego, big dog.
Heck yeah, beautiful San Diego's finest. So, where are your mom and dad from? Brothers, any sisters?
My parents are both from Mex. And two of my brothers were born in Mex. My other siblings were born here. I had 3 brothers, 1 sister. My older brother passed away in 2004. Mom's passed away in 94. And, you know, we're kind of spread out a little bit, but, you know, we stand united.
So, where did Mr. Lil One get his name?
So there was a guy named Smiley, Sergio Villa from Sherman. And me and Rascal from Sherman, we were road dogs when we were kids. And so it was the summer of the 6th grade. You know, that's when the Blade One came in. That's why I say on one of the songs, summer started off with a head shave. And so Smiley was right there. Some of the older homies were right there. And then he named us. And he said he got the name from him doing community service in Chula Vista. And he saw Lil One, Chula Vista, and that's where the name came from. It came from that. So he gave me Lil One and he gave Rascal.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
So, my boy, what made you get into rap?
I can't even tell you that it's like something that happened or you know, you grow up in that environment of music. It's a musical environment. You know, whether it was oldies or whether it was hip hop. But at the time, in my childhood, it was East Coast hip hop. It was Curtis Blow, Beastie Boys, Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash. You know, that's what was playing because of the breakdancing. You know, so I was able to just embody myself with music. And then when there was career day, there was like engineers, firefighters, police, and then the DJ from 92.5. So I ended up going with the DJ at 92.5. He gave me the Beastie Boys instrumental, and that was it. It was a wrap after that.
Yeah. So you mentioned something about dancing. So you was a word on the street as you was a popper or something, popping?
Yeah, we used to break dance. Yeah, we used to break dance. Floor masters.
Oh, man.
Floor masters back in the 80s, dog. 84, 85, 86. You know, we used to go to the warehouses in National City and break dance against the Juice Crew and, you know, everybody. We used to just get with the business.
Yeah. Do you remember any of those moves, man?
Bro, I can still break dance the same way that I could back in the day, dog.
Hey, maybe we'll get you later, huh?
Maybe, dog, maybe. If the price is right.
Yeah, right. I'm about to go to my bank real quick, man. Hold up real quick. Hey, you do Cash App, man? It's all good. All right, cool. So, who inspired you? Like, any major artists that I know you mentioned the artist right now, but anyone besides that, man? Like, as a kid growing up, something you were listening to, you know, maybe playing in your room, in the car, on the street.
Saying the message, you know, Grandmaster Flash, the Beastie Boys,
yeah,
and then eventually like Easy E and NWA, you know, Legion of Doom here from San Diego, and you know, it's just I never really had like a ceiling or like a floor or like a wall or a door with music. It was just always so free to me. So it wasn't anybody in particular. It was just like the power of music, you know?
Yeah. So anyways, talking about the power of music, man, I believe in energy frequencies and stuff like that. You think anything like that influenced you, like the energy, maybe like you heard a certain song that just made you want to just do what you do, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think the energetic frequencies, they're alive all the time. I just think I was activated with them really, really young.
Yeah.
I never really had any like social problems, like being able to break dance in front of people, being able to rap in front of people, or any of that. So the energy was always really, the magnitude of the energy was always big, and it was always so pure. Because when you're young, dog, like you don't have all these outside problems.
Yeah.
You're just breakdancing in the room with other people that are breakdancing. The music is playing. It's competition. Everybody's having fun. So I was really, really present in those moments.
Right. That's what's up. So why was rap important to you growing up?
I wouldn't say that it was important. It was just part of the particle. It was part of the environment. It was part of the culture. It was part of the moment. It was part of the time. It was part of my upbringing. So it wasn't like I chose it and then I made it important. I just got embodied into music and it became me.
Yeah.
When I wasn't good and I hear music or albums from the past, I don't like them because I know I wasn't good like where I was at in my life. So a lot of my early stuff, I don't like it.
I heard one of your hood raps, man. You come a long way, man. A very long way. And actually, believe it or not, one of my first, it was a cassette. It was Homicide Suicide, man. And oh boy, man, I was bumping that like every single day, man.
That was the first thing I ever pressed.
Yeah.
It had a great cover with black writing. It said Homicide/Suicide, Mr. Lil One, white back. What did he call himself? It was in National City in a little corner store, little corner house. And that's where we pressed it at. But it started earlier than that. Clown from Sherman, he wrote me a rap. Because he had a neighborhood rap. So if anybody ever really pushed me or activated me to want to really do it, that was fun. It was Clown for sure. Bulldog from Shelltown too.
I remember Bulldog. I remember listening to his raps too, and he definitely was doing it too back in those times.
I saw his brother the other day, Nico. Shout out to Nico.
So old school, oldies. Who are your 5 favorite artists of all time and why?
Oldies?
Yeah.
Oldie artists?
Yes.
I would say the Delphonics, Slastic and the Wicked for sure.
Oh yeah.
Bloodstone.
Oh man.
Mary Wells.
Oh, Mary Wells.
The Manhattans, the Midnighters. Man, I don't put them all in. I'm telling you, it's just too much. It's all of that is beautiful in it.
One of my favorite songs from Mary Wells is "You Can Depend on Me." Oh man, that's a beautiful song right there.
They had so much beautiful content.
Yeah.
Two lovers.
Yeah.
Look at the art in that song and the message in that song.
Yeah.
The one who really loves you, your old standby. All of that shit was just dope.
Yeah.
Still is. I gotta get me like a Mary Wells cover bag. Put him on the oldie shows.
Yeah, man.
Good idea.
Yeah, Mary Wells, man. Much love to Mary Wells and her music. May it live forever, man, which it will. So how do you think music influences people, and in the power of words of music?
I think it depends on the person. I think it depends on who you allow to influence you. I think if you're young and you're in that dynamic of semi-unconsciousness, it programs you to want that. Chains, women, car, fame, and the art of music is lost at that point. It's no longer about the music. It's how do I get the money?
Yeah.
When I was coming up, it wasn't about the money. It was about music, making good music. You use other people as inspiration, but you try to make your own sound. At least I know I did. I made sure that my sound was spooky with dope melodies and horns and voices and up tempo. And again, music explains kind of your life. There was moments where I was just raw. There was moments that I was vulnerable. There was moments that I was on the opposite side. You know, just a fun song, a summer song. They called them Lil One. The Streets, you know, I'm Sorry, like those type of songs, you know what I mean? Where it wasn't about no, you know, we're gonna come and stomp you type shit, you know.
Tupac or Nipsey Hussle?
Both.
Can you elaborate on that?
I think Tupac had a lot of influence, you know, through his story and his testimony, because we saw it play out on television. We saw him from Jews. We saw him when he was at the Musical Performance Center at school. We saw him, you know, from Humpty Dumpty, you know, doing the Humpty dance with those new Digital Underground, you know, to Apocalypse, to Death Row, and unfortunately to his demise. You know, we saw Nipsey go from underground, you know, giving his tape to Game to wanting to be heard. And I wasn't really a fan of his early music. I was a more fan of his later music, but that's because he had to evolutionize himself. He was growing as a person. You know, his mind was on some other shit, and it was starting to show and project. That's because he was implementing the teachings that he was reading. So he was experiencing them, and then he was projecting them. So if you look at Nipsey's funeral, it's no different than Michael Jackson. All of Los Angeles was behind the hearse. That's how much influence he had. You know, till this day, if Tupac comes on, people go crazy. Nipsey comes on, people go crazy.
Yeah, I think it all depends on the generation too, because every artist, every rapper, every musician also, they live in an era and they speak their mind and their story. And with Nipsey Hussle, he had a different, you could say, a mindset as well. And he was also a hustler too. Tupac was more like a thugster, you know, he was more of a businessman. But they were both businessmen, but I think it's just a different time, era and generation.
Yeah, but I agree with you, but I also think that if Tupac and Nipsey were around at the same time, they'd be able to do a dope-ass record together, because they're both so relatable and so simultaneously synonymous.
Yeah, that would have been dope, man, if they were both alive and they put something together, man.
Yeah, that would have been dope as fuck.
Yeah, that would have been history right there. So what led to your success and the challenges?
I think my success is my personal freedom. I don't think like success is necessarily like your bank account. That's like financial security. I think your success is like when you're free, like mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When you don't have all these branches and all these toxins and these attachments that create barriers for you to be able to do what you do freely and be able to be yourself. The challenges come, like you said, like from the climate of humanity, depending on the people, the environment, thought process, ego, energy, egotistical energy. There's some people, bro, that just don't want to see you win.
Yeah.
But that's because they're not happy. Imagine this, a person that's happy, that's purpose, that has, you know, financial security, that wakes up every morning and loves their life. You think they're gonna be on social media saying, fuck that guy? They got better things to do than that. A person that's just not happy, that doesn't want to see you win, that doesn't have anything going, always gonna have something to say. The climate of humanity works that way. Anybody in the world can say something about anybody in the world. It's you as a person and your growth and your evolution and your mindset and your courage that can dictate if that shit affects you or not. You know what I'm saying? I already passed that phase of that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I don't allow anything to affect me or infect me.
Yeah, that's good, man. And there's some people that are weak, you know, that you know, they get like negative feedback and then they shut down and then they quit.
Yeah, fuck all that.
And
dog, even when I was breakdancing, even when I was coming up in the game, you know, I would always hear like, that's not for you, that's for blacks. I'm like, what the fuck what you say?
It's what you want to do, and if you believe in it, manifest it.
Yeah, but even now, to this day, who's anybody to tell you shouldn't be doing interviews?
Yeah.
What if somebody goes, what are you doing interviews for? Imagine someone telling you that. Imagine someone coming and telling you, hey, dog, what are you doing interviews for?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
The first thing that you would say at this point in your life is, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's none of your business to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Who would think that, doing interviews with homeless people when I first started, to doing an interview with you, the legend, the icon, San
I don't
Diego's.
see myself like that, bro. I don't see myself like no legend or no icon. I don't like praise. I don't like any of that. I just see myself like a person that is very resilient. I'm a visionary. I go record what I love to record, what I feel like recording. I bring things into existence that I know will bring the culture together, the community together. I do like to be a voice and change the dynamic and the mindset of when you're 15, 16 years old and you grew up in the hood that you should be in Pelican Bay by the time you're 18. That shouldn't be the goal.
Heck no.
That should not be the goal. You know what I'm saying? So if I do have any type of influence, I'd rather grab a young mind and tell them that there's much, much more than the narrative. There's much, much more than that box. No one should live in a box. No one should live in a cage. No one should not fly when you have wings. No one should be influenced by what you think is cool because you feel that's what it is. Like who we are and who we think we are, John, those are two different things. We need to work more on who we really are so we can really live, not exist.
So how do you think someone can get in that level of consciousness?
You just have to want to. You have to activate the part of you that serves you purpose.
Yeah.
You can't possibly lie to yourself. So many people lie to themselves every day. Some people wake up every single day lying to themselves. Stop lying to yourself.
I say a lot of it too can help an individual is by reading. I think reading is power, knowledge is power, and I think also just, look at where we come from, the 90s and now. Back then was information age, now we're in the digital age. Now everything is accessible through.
Yeah, but my point in answering that question was you have to want to read. You have to want to learn. You have to want to retain. You have to want to implement. And then you experience and then you project. If you don't want to read, it doesn't matter if the books are there. If you don't have the desire or the sincerity to want to read and learn and learn about acceptance and compassion and growth and elevation and being a coach and archaeologist and digging deep to the root of your soul to really know who you are, then it's going to be pointless and meaningless because you've got too much chatter, you got too many bad leaders, you got environmental pollution, you got all these people that you look up to that don't respect themselves, that don't have any morals themselves, that don't even like themselves, and then they manipulate a younger person that is naive and then feed them poison. What happens to us when we're young is not our fault, but what happens to us when we're older is our fault. We have to be accountable and we have to be very absolute about our decision making, and not just in the hood, in life itself, in relationships, in business, in marriage, in your growth, in your self-expansion, in every aspect of life, because there's always an opposite to everything. There's joy and there's pain. There's sun, there's rain. There's up, down, right, left, light, dark, and it goes on and on and on. And you have to decide what way do you want to navigate yourself to, because it's there for everybody. Right here, right now, we all have the same ability. It don't matter if you have more than me, no matter if that person has more than you, the ability and the capabilities equal. It's the mindset.
Nicely said, man. What is the importance of being sober and staying healthy?
That's another very important element of clarity and focus. People have a very different relationship with alcohol. Some people have a good relationship with alcohol. They can drink, go home, and go about their day. I had a very toxic relationship with alcohol. I had a very destructive relationship with alcohol. Matter of fact, the last day that my brother was alive, we were right here drinking. July 24th, 2004. We were right here. And my brother didn't want to come here. My brother was like, I gotta get my tonsils taken out. I was here drinking. We got into a fight, dog. He left, he crashed, and he died.
Man.
You know, so alcohol to me is no different than M1, a 45 Glock, a 38. You know, it can be very, very dangerous because ultimately, if you're drinking to numb yourself, it's a depressant. It distorts the way you think. It distorts how you behave. It distorts how you speak. Think of how many times you've woken up after drinking and said, I can't believe I did that shit. I can't believe I called this person. Can't believe I texted this person. Oh shit, that's me. Well, it's dangerous. There's weapons of mass destruction and there's weapons of mass distraction. And most people use alcohol to distract themselves and numb themselves, and they use it as an escapism. Why do you think when people meet at the bar, bro, they're taking pictures and doing videos and giving each other high fives, giving each other social security numbers? Because they think they're alive. It's two broken people with broken particles sharing their brokenness with a drink that gives you dopamine. So you are psychologically fooling yourself to believe that you met your match. As soon as everything comes off, bro, you're like, fuck this person. It's the truth.
No, yeah, no, not she said.
And not only that, but people always meet under the opposite circumstances when you're drunk.
Yeah.
You don't mean, like, who wants to, nowadays, who's in a relationship, dog, like, I want to know your soul. I want to know your dreams. I want to know what kind of mother you are. I want to know what kind of mother you would like to be. What kind of mother are you to your children? What is your purpose? What's your career? Where would you like to be? What do you want to leave behind when you pass away? You know, no one cares about that until it's too late. People get married too fast, commit way too fast, and as time goes on, the mask comes off, the cologne comes off, the perfume wears off, the lashes come off, the facade comes off, and then you got people that don't like each other, and it's a cycle. They cheat, they lie, they partial truth tell, and pretend to be honest. People are so dishonest. You know, no one knows how to be honest about their dishonesties to actually have some respect for honesty. Or the divorce rate would be less.
Yeah.
And people would be happier.
Yeah, that's true. So what do you think would be some of the remedies? You say there are people that are having like problems or issues with their alcoholism or drug addiction, like where can they go? Or
I would say self-acceptance. I mean, there's many places you can go, but the first place you need to go is within. You can go to any center. If you're not ready to stop, you're not going to stop. How many people have you met to say, like, dog, I've been to rehab 8 times? That's because you don't want to stop. It's a temporary thing. I'm going to do it for my kids. I'm going to do it for my girl. I'm going to do it for my mom. You got to do it for you. So the first place that you need to go is within. And if you go within, that means that you are in cahoots with acceptance. The quicker that you could see yourself in the mirror and see a pig on the other side, the better for you, because then you can unpig yourself. You can't unpig an apple. You can't unpig a banana. You can't unrotten an apple. You can't unrotten a banana. But you can unrotten yourself if you come into the acceptance of wanting to be a better human.
Like you said.
You gotta remember how many people are gonna hate on what I just said.
Oh yeah,
because the mind frame is ABC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To a lot of people, look at this fucking fool. Like, you know what I'm saying? 45 years old, 40 ounce in the corner, no job, no life, no purpose, scattered kids, no parenting, no fatherhood, and then they feel they have something to say that means something.
Let's talk about fatherhood. What is the importance of being a good father?
The most important thing that I've learned in fatherhood is to stop telling your kids what to do and start showing them. You know, there's a lot of contradiction, a lot of hypocrisy. Fathers are buying beer while they're telling their kids not to drink. You know, some are doing dope, telling their kids not to do drugs. Disrespecting their wife and their partners, telling their kids to have respect for a lady. Fatherhood is very important, and we're all flawed. Everyone is flawed. I'm a very different father from my first daughter to my last daughter. You know, I was a mess. I was a horrible example. I was an alcoholic. I was not responsible. You know, my first two kids got the worst of it. My other kids got some of it too. My two youngest ones, I'm already been here. So it's a whole different dynamic, but I make sure that I give who I am, the best that I am, all that I am, not all that I can, all that I am to every single one of my kids. So leaving that to your children is more than a monetary gain. I left my kids acres and houses, yeah, but they're miserable just like you. That doesn't mean anything. I think being able to just spend every day to try your best to throw the garbage out, to dissolve the inner poverty, and your kids see that. And then you give them an endorphin, you give them love, you give them acceptance. They are able to be themselves. They don't have to be someone else when they're around you. They don't have to be afraid of you. They learn to respect you in a world of safety. Everybody performs better when they feel safe. If your children feel safe around you, if your children respect you and love you, then you are going to change the climate of humanity. Like, you know what the objection should always be? Is to plant a tree to give shade to people you'll never meet.
Man, that's deep right there. That's some good wisdom right there, my boy.
Well, think how selfish humanity is. People are like, if I'm not involved, I don't know if you're not going to be part of it. Well, when am I going? Where's my invite? How come you don't follow me? How come I didn't go? How come I'm not there? Where's my VIP passes at? How come you didn't call me? Oh, you did that and you didn't let me know? Dog, that's not the way it's supposed to be.
No.
You're supposed to, if you're going to do something with integrity, dog, who cares if someone gives it back to you? If you meet a homeless person, dog, you want that guy to repay you one day? You know who takes notes? God. That's it. That's the only energy, spirit that has the right to take notes in your life. The only people you're morally obligated to are your children, your responsibility, your purpose. And you got to try to have a moral element in everything you do. But your character is based on who you are when nobody's looking. That's who you really are.
Agreed. Agreed.
That's the truth.
Yeah, myself, I started from scratch, and I started, from doing skits, and then here I am now, and
you're gonna do more.
Yeah.
And you're gonna keep doing this, and you're gonna be traveling doing this, and you're gonna be interviewing artists, rap, hip hop, banda, jazz, reggae. You're gonna be in the arena, sitting down in the backstage, green room, interviewing people, because that's what the fuck you want to do.
Heck
There's
yeah.
nobody on this planet that can stop you except you.
Exactly.
And that goes to everything. I look at my boy Eddie and his car. He took the time, the discipline, the patience, the financial responsibility, the obligation that it took to fix his car the way he wants it. That's what brings him joy. Hey, look what kind of person he is. Hey, my dog, hey, dog, I'm working tomorrow, but I can do it the next day. Hey, dog, if I'm free, oh yeah, dog, send me that. He's selfless. He always participates. He doesn't have to, but he does. And that creates and builds and bursts beautiful mutualism, a symbiotic energy. Because there's only two types of relationships in the world: a symbiotic and a parasitic one. A parasitic relationship takes, and a symbiotic one is mutualism, togetherness. You win, I win, we win, everybody wins.
I agree. Hey, he's actually my camera guy now.
There you go.
Yeah, he's
He's he's
come a long way, man. Yeah. Much love to Eddie, man. Appreciate you. Let's talk about death. I know this one's gonna be a very touchy subject, but it's got to be talked about, man.
Yeah, no, it's not touchy. It's a part of life. The only
Yeah.
thing guaranteed in life is death.
Yeah.
Not even taxes, because some people don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
But the only thing that's absolutely guaranteed in your life is death. You know, so since we can't add more time to our life, how about we add more life to our time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I lost my mom, I lost my brother, I lost homies, I lost Biggie, I lost a lot of cool, close homies. And that's part of life. That's why you gotta live your life consciously and mindfully. Every time I go see my mom and my brother in the cemetery, there's a lot of homies in Sherman buried there. I ain't seen nobody standing over their grave, giving flowers, going to the mom's house, seeing if they're okay. Like, dog, there's a lot of people that were murdered and lost their life for nothing. Nothing. So remember, no one is exempt from that. Death does not discriminate. We are all going to die. So you have to be very, very mindful of how you choose to live, who you spend your time with, how lukewarm and how sincere and committed you are to being destructive or to being productive. A productive life will actually let you enjoy your life. The little things are the big things. Being able to breathe, being able to walk, being able to see, being able to hear, being able to feel, being able to grow, being able to heal. That shit don't cost no money. You can't walk into fucking Walmart and be like, on what aisle can I buy integrity at?
Yeah, no, you're right.
What aisle do you have heal on special today? It don't exist. That comes from within, and that's where the money's at. And I'm not talking about money in the bank. I'm talking about your emotional bank account. When you're happy, dog, when you're enjoying your life, when you're free, when you love your children, your purpose to wake up, drinking water, going to the beach, listening to the waves, breathing the air. Who gives a fuck how many likes you have on Instagram? You know what I'm saying, dog? It's like they say, people take it as a loss. You gotta take it as a lesson. You turn it around and it's a W for the win.
Amen to that. So do you believe in reincarnation?
I do. When was the last time you seen a dead man? Or a dead woman? Never. You've seen a dead body. But you've never seen a dead man or a dead woman. You just transfer to another dimension. There's no such thing. You know? And remember, God put us here with a certain amount of comprehension. But look at this. It's what you're committed to, right? You've learned how to dissect that phone to the T, right?
Yeah.
Eddie has learned how to dissect the cars and the lowriders and the switches. Doug, I wouldn't know what to do with any of that. Look at astronauts. They found a way to get the fuck out the planet and come back and get through the atmosphere. So, we are only meant to comprehend to a certain extent. But tell me, when was the last time you seen a dead man or a dead woman? Never. You just go to the next dimension, Doug, and God takes it from there.
Amen to that, man.
So motherfuckers need to stop being mad all the time.
Yeah. So what's your input in artificial intelligence? How does it affect humanity, music, and just the world itself?
Well, there's like 5 albums on Tupac with AI voice. What does it really do for humanity? I don't know. But I think artificial intelligence, if mishandled, could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, we're all from the same era. We're all from the old school. There was no social media, no Facebook, no Instagram, no MySpace, none of that. When we were young, dog, it was about a letter, a phone call. Oh, we need to talk. We need to meet up. We got a score to settle. We're going to go to the backyard real quick, and it's done when we're done. It wasn't about all this crazy shit. You know, so I think AI can have a very dangerous effect on humanity if it's not carefully used and watched.
Yeah, they went on me, and I was like, I was tripping out when I first seen it. I was like, hold up, someone sent me that. Hey, that's me. And AI kept talking, and it was my voice. but it wasn't me. So I was like, oh my God, like.
I know that, but the thing is that someone conscious is gonna know that it's not you.
Yeah.
Only someone unconscious will judge you off of AI video because it's as conscious as if it's not real.
Yeah.
Nothing that's real will ever threaten you, dog. Nothing ever. Anything that's real will never threaten you. Only things that are not real, things that come from that place. Things that are real can never be threatened. Things that are not real have branches of resentment and anger and malice and narratives and delusions and obligations and all this crazy shit. Imagine if you have a shake and it has all positive things for your body, and you drink a shake that has all bad things for your body. You're gonna get two very different results. So you gotta create your galaxy. And the galaxy is meant for the stars, for the sun, for the energetic frequencies, and for astronauts. So if you see another astronaut, you don't even have to ask him anything because you already know what he went through to be an astronaut. So you have to be astronaut driven, not hyena driven, or peasant driven.
Yeah. I meant to that. Man, nicely said, man. So what does the future of Mr. Little One look like?
The future of Reyes Rodriguez is being the conscious evolution of the soul and continuing to explore and to expand to be the very best that I can be. That's what it's.
Do you have any new projects coming? I know you've done Chicano Fest. I know you've done the Oldies Forever tour, which I was a part of, and thank you so much, for bringing that to the city. And I participated in another one down in Orange County. It was a beautiful thing. You brought the people together, the culture. You got more stuff like that
Yeah,
in the
the
future?
Chicano Music Festival will be September 27th in San Diego. Actually going to bring Cadetes de Linares, Sonora Dinamita, Tierra, Malu, the Midnighters, and Lighter Shade of Brown. I'm working on a special guest right now. I'm not going to announce it quite yet, but it's going to be really good. You know what it's all about, hip-hop, music, togetherness, community, culture, lowriders, African dancers, mariachis, poetry, food, everything. So that's my baby right there. I used to dream of doing that. And if I wasn't where I'm at right now as a person, I would have never been able to achieve that. If I would have still been drinking, I would have never been able to achieve that. If I was still navigating on my ego, I would have never been able to achieve that. A lot of people confuse your purpose and being a human of purpose with you thinking you're better than anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just about honoring your purpose. So the Oldie Forever shows, I'm doing 10 of those in the next 10 months. Garden Grove is coming again in September. I'm going to Riverside. I'm going to Ventura. I'm going to Santa Maria. I'm going to Bakersfield. And then some other markets out of state, Portland, Yakima, Phoenix, Tucson. So I'm working on all that in the next 10 months. I'll probably announce everything in the next 30 days. But after the Chicano Music Festival in San Diego, I'm going to take it to Los Angeles next year too.
Heck yeah, that's what's up, man. I know you already mentioned your favorite taco shop, which is in 25 and Market.
When it's been the market, dog.
I've been there several times, man. Oh man, I love that place too myself. The Country Fried burritos, rolled tacos on point, man.
I just had some rolled tacos this morning. I've been fucking up. I go to the gym for almost 2 hours and go buy C's candy, carne asada burrito, rolled tacos, epic wings, fucking Shake Shack.
Yeah. But actually, this question is gonna be a little different. What is your favorite Mexican restaurant in San Diego?
I don't have a favorite Mexican restaurant, but if I had to pick a cool one, it'll probably be Miguel's. Miguel's Cocina. They have good food. They have good enchiladas. The ambiance is good. The queso with chips. The energy is good in there. So I would say Miguel's Cocina.
Heck yeah, that's in Old Town, right? Old Town, San Diego?
Yeah, in Old Town.
Miguel's, man. I've been trying that place out. I myself do food tours, so definitely gonna have to check that place out myself.
Yeah.
Let y'all know how it is.
And Shoguns, not Mexican, but Shoguns is fire.
Yeah.
Shoguns, they cook the food like Benihanas, they cook it right in front of you. So good.
Where's that at, by any chance?
Okay.
Okay.
You make a right, you make a left, it's right there. It's called Kobe's Shoguns. the best filet mignon, the best chicken, the best fried rice, the sauces, the ambiance is dope. Show me.
Okay, dang. Okay, there's another place right there, man. Shoot. Any shout outs you want to give out, man?
I always get in trouble when I give the shout outs because I forget somebody. So I just want to shout out every single human in the world that is here to self-expand and bring positivity and being productive and being good humans and doing everything in their power to just stay in a conscious state and be the best that they can be. Every human in the world. So that includes all of you watching right now. And all of you that say I didn't mention you by name, I'm mentioning you right now. And shout out to you, big dog.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. This was a very special interview, and I'm glad everybody's gonna be watching this. It's gonna appreciate this video, this interview, you know what I mean? Doing it at Fred's here in Old Town, San Diego. Beautiful today. And where can they find you at, my boy? For the people that don't know you.
I only have Instagram, so Mr. Little One 619.
That's Lil One
You can find me there, and everything that I just talked about is what will be displayed on my page. You know, I'm also doing some reels to some of the old songs and bringing them back, so that's cool. And I'll be releasing some of the old catalog in packages. So they'll be like, once in a decade, wasted days, wasted nights, and no condolences here. And they're like, the other three. So that's coming, so that's all up.
Check him out, boy, on Instagram, man. And also, I know you got some music videos on YouTube. Check him out there, too. And Mr. Little One, go find him. He's dope, definitely. And thanks so much for this interview, man.
Salute, my bro. Appreciate you. Now let's go eat some food.
Let's do this.